Orb on the movements of the earth. Episode 7.
いや、今日も気が重いですな。また怒鳴られるよ。ん？おい、君は参加できないぞ、ヨレンタ君。
Damn it, Jelena.
はい。もちろん分かってます。
Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm fine with the pursuit of truth in the show. I really support the message. I draw the line at women being educated. I draw the line at women.
神様、バレませんように。
What are you doing, Jelenta?
手袋は汚れないように。
What have you been doing? Into the well? And we've gone into the well often. That's why our hands are bandaged. What the hell is this? Oh, it's an entryway into their meeting.
中東異教徒による古代ギリシア天文学の習性。絶対他じゃ聞けないやつだ。
How dare they?
神様、私ついてます。
Another character to burn at the stake. I just realized we haven't seen the Inquisitor for a while. He was like so all up on everywhere all the time for the first 5 episodes. I'm sure he'll pop back up when he's least wanted. Episode 7, Matters of the Truth.
お疲れ様です。
That was fast. Wow, that's skill.
まったく羨ましいよ。
Such a simple life you
君は
live.
この時間聞いてないもんな。
It was anything but
で
restful.
は、いつもお願い
It was
し
the
て
most
ると。
panicked 5 minutes of her life.
まだ君がこの仕事に向いてるか判断しかねる。
Oh, so what you're saying is there's a chance.
おお、ヨレンタ君、ここにいたか。
Uh-oh.
コルベさん、
や、
どうもお疲れ様です。
Why are you behind me?
コルベさん。
How much do you know, Kolbe?
女子が
Jelena's a real
優秀
handful.
すぎるのも扱いに困りますね。
Oh, okay. That was nice. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe he's good.
これから先の人生、君の本質と無関係なところで、君のすべてを否定する輩と出会うかもしれない。
It's important not to get destroyed by them or let them
君
shape
は
you.
自分のやってることを信じて進むんだ。
Such good
いざっ
advice.
て時、引いたら終わり
This
だ。
is very assassination classroom.
私も可能な限り支援する。
It's exactly assassination classroom, or one of the messages there. You're gonna hit walls. You're gonna hit walls that are unfair. Just take that as a given. Getting angry, getting cynical, gnashing your teeth and complaining about the way things are and how unfair it is doesn't in itself do anything helpful. The things that we actually have control over in life are so precious. They're worth nurturing, and all the time spent complaining, being bitter and hateful is time stolen from watering the best elements of yourself. I also think one of the dangers of going down this road of like, wow, people are so terrible and things are unfair, is that even if that's right in that situation, the more you start practicing that model, the more it primes you to start seeing that as an explanation for things. And so it's easy to start over attributing that as an explanation beyond the point of what's accurate. So you end up creating obstacles and negativity that needn't have been there. An example of this is my first weekend in Korea. One of my coworkers took me out, and I was amazed to find that it's perfectly acceptable to drink a beer at the convenience store at the tables they have out front. But I'm so used to having to worry about police when you're drinking outside that I was a little bit on edge, especially like being a foreigner in a new country. But like as we were sitting there drinking on the sidewalk, a car pulled up in front of us to stop at a red light, and the passenger window rolled down. A girl stuck her head out the window, looked at me, and then spit on the floor outside of the car, looked at me again, put her head back in the car, rolled with the window, and they drove off at the green light. And I was sitting there thinking, oh no, all my fears were right. I'm just being a dumb, rude foreigner and people are going to hate me here. It's sort of fun for me to think about now because I've lived in Korea on and off for like, what, 6 years total? And I happen to know pretty confidently now that unless you're causing a scene and doing something rude or terrible, it's perfectly fine to drink a beer at the convenience store. And also, it's more common to spit on the ground if you have something unpleasant in your mouth in Korea. It's not really seen as like a big deal or as what we might perceive as an attack in America. It's just something some people do out of habit. It has no greater meaning. But like, of course, without the perspective and also primed for the idea that I was going to be hated there, that's immediately how my mind took it. And there have been so many other instances while I was traveling abroad that I can attribute to dislike of foreigners. And maybe some of them were, but like, I'm very hesitant and reluctant to give that attribution, even accepting that that sometimes might be the case. I don't want that to color my perception of the country I'm in or new people I meet along the way. And I especially think it's like terrible to misattribute that when there's actually nothing good happening, or even when there's something nice happening. Imagining the extent of that, I just see every person I meet in a country I'm a visitor in as hating me by default. Like that's the starting point and they're all my enemies. What a terrible way to live. And there are some things that seem way more cut and dry at first glance, like some bars don't allow foreigners to enter. So that's like clearly by definition discrimination, right? Like you can't come in. But even that, I'm hesitant to ascribe a narrative to besides just the simple fact of it. Like it doesn't mean they hate me. It might just be a risk reward assessment, right? Like maybe out of the 10 bad incidents they've had this year, 5 were created by foreigners. I don't know. There's no point getting angry about it. There's no point being bitter at Korean society. I mean, partly because since I'm less encumbered by those feelings of anger, I actually am open enough to experience the really beautiful things of my stay in Korea and other countries that make up the vast majority of my experience. Where it easily could be the other way with a different perspective. And that's only person to person. This also happens within an individual. Once you start accepting narratives for things as outs or as things that help you feel like your ego's more guarded, as diversions from like the difficult stuff that you probably need to face, the more you're going to rely on those patterns. Every time you make an excuse to yourself for something, you make it more likely that you're going to continue to make excuses to yourself. It's a high bar, but like you don't even want to take that first step. You don't want to blame other particular people or the world for your problems. You want to maximize your own agency and development, and you want to take as much responsibility for your life as you can. Not blame, not self-hatred, but responsibility.
というわけで、
Anywho,
執筆中の論文はどうだい？
一応完成しました。
おお、
hopefully you can do this and stick to this, even without his support, eventually.
まだ若いのにすごいな。
本当ですか？
よし、決めた。これは私の方から
Wow.
に提出するよ。
Thank you for being in my corner.
ちょっと査読をするから、その間君
Oh,
は
I don't know why I'm suddenly nervous, like he's just messing with her or something.
これが評価されたら、図書館から晴れて天文台勤務だ。忙しくなるぞ。今のうちに帰省した。
Curb your enthusiasm. You might be transferred from the library to the morgue, from the library to the stake.
それに全体的に言葉選びの思慮深さに比べて根底に何か幼稚なほど
Why do people care so much about words? Yeah, that's Rafal. The juvenile.
まさに完璧な英傑だけだろう。
Who do you have in mind?
どこに？
いる。私だ。
Oh, you? What a shock.
正式に引き受けよ
Oh, okay. Congratulations on your nomination and acceptance.
う。では今後のことで3つ決まりを交わしたい。1つ目、更新は作らない。死ぬまでに私が証明できなかったら、私の関わった書物すべてを
Man, the ego on this guy. Who is this really for?
他の誰かの踏み台にされるのはごめんだからな。
I think you may come around over time.
君は観測士としてこの研究に参加してくれ。その代わり、食事と寝床はうちの
I get free food out of this? This is a win. I would have settled for not dying.
すべてが守備よく運んで利益が生じた場合、分け前は9対1だ。
You had me at free food.
この手紙に利益の1割を誰かに渡す。
Oh, there's a will.
利益が生じた場合、ポトツキに1割渡す。
Oh no. Oh my god. That is so sweet and heartbreaking. No, don't burn that. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to be super sad if Ituki doesn't get it, but still, for Rafal's wishes, for his legacy, it's worth doing for Rafal.
では、そろそろ村へ戻るぞ。
Well, that was an easy way to gain 10% salary. Just burn the will. If only Rafal could have burned his paper that effectively.
やっぱり守りませんか？
はあ？なぜ？もうこの世から消えたぞ。
What request? I don't see any request.
あの手紙を残した人は箱を開けて読む人のことを信じてああ書いた気がするんです。今ここにいない人の思いを無視したら
In a huge way, it's like the whole legacy.
決定的に失われる気がして。
Good instincts, Oxy.
聖書以外の歴史など私は気にしない。
It's not all about you.
あれに触れた今の我々は地獄の入り口に立ったと思いますか？
Well, I hope it puts us at odds with the
入り口に
church.
は立ってる。
Those damn fools.
だが、展開に。
What a line. Yeah, we're at the entrance, but to heaven. Call an ambulance. But not for me. He talks pretty badass for a man who lost his eye to a candle. You want to know how I got these scars? It was a Bed Bath & Beyond candle. You're gonna take your eye out with that thing.
お父様も出張で忙しいですもんね。
まあな。お前も少ししたらまた職場に戻ってし
Oh
まう。
no! Oh, it's him! There he is! Right under his nose.
顔を見ればわかるよ。
Man, I would hate being
周りと
in the same house as this dude who could just read people's faces like
つい
this.
ていけないか。
So why have you been engaging in heresy, Jolanda?
私も天文部署で働く。
No, no astronomy,
しか
please.
し、今の仕事でも十分じゃないか。
I know where astronomy leads.
私も他の方と同じ試験を合格してる。なのに他の方と扱いが違うのは。
しょうがないことさ。お前はまだ14歳だ。
Legitimately, age is the solid reason. I mean, I personally hated that when I was a kid. I've always resented age-based judgments. Try telling a willful 16-year-old that they're not able to think for themselves because they didn't hit the magic government number. Then again, I did some pretty stupid things at 16. But then again, I did some pretty stupid things at 25. I did stupid things last week. I'll do stupid things next week. And the week after that. I don't know. We're trying to do our best here.
それに、あそこで働くただ一人の女だ。しかもお前は優秀ときた。
You saved
それ
it.
がどれほど周囲の不安を煽るかわかるか。
Yeah, maybe it's her talent that's the most threatening of all, especially given what we've seen from the administration in this universe.
お前が職場ですべきことは一つだ。何もするな。
What exactly do you mean by that?
目立つな。栄光を目指すな。
This is coming from experience.
日々を粛々とつつましやかに暮らせば、いつか家族で天国へ行く。
And dogma.
神と真理のためなら引きたくない。才能も
You make this very difficult for me, Jolenta.
いざって時に引いたら終わりだ。
I don't want to take your fingernails, but
わかった。
It's interesting because this is a weird intersection of what he said it's for and the values he's violating it for.
応援するよ。
ありがとうございます。
I mean, if his words are to be believed, his motivation was protecting his family. But like his daughters doing the same thing that he's torturing and killing people for. So, I mean, actually, it's maybe not even that inconsistent because it's not very high reaching. It's sort of like, as long as my family is safe, my family in particular, it's not really aimed at a broadly applicable set of values that we allow for everyone. About our frustration, I'm just spitballing here, but just for fun, I'll make a bold statement. The game is always fair. The pain comes from the fact that you don't understand the game. Why did he get a promotion and not me when I work till 10 p.m. every night? That's not fair. Well, it's because the game isn't who can stay the latest every night. You misunderstood the game. I studied really hard and I got really good grades. Why is my life not where I thought it would be? That's not fair. Getting good grades is not in the same game as life satisfaction. I'm a really nice guy and women keep going for jerks. It's not fair. Nice isn't the game. Though the secret is jerk isn't the game either. And or we may not all be on the same page about the definition of what nice means. It's not that women are terrible. X resource should be free. By the rules of the game, nothing is free. There are always costs. And it's a matter of which costs are you willing to pay, not ignoring the costs. My parents told me I was special. You're special to your parents. Parental specialness is different from societal specialness. Not everyone succeeds, and that proves the unfairness of life. When really anyone can succeed, not everyone will succeed. Totally different structure. I just need X amount of money or a super hot girlfriend so I can win and be better than everyone. Having more money makes you win the money game. Having a hot girlfriend or wife wins you the partner comparison game. Life satisfaction is still a different game, etc., 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 etc.
ください。ください。
What is this?
何してる？行くぞ。
Oh, they're just beggars.
施しなど無意味だ。君に施しを与えれば天国に行けるなんて私は信じない。
And as we all know, if it doesn't get you into heaven, it's worthless.
聖職者様がそんなこと言うなんて。
神が彼らに与えた運命があれなんだよ。第一ここへ来た目的は彼らとは真逆の。
Yeah, there's still a growth arc to be had.
暇な上級市民が出題者になったり回答者になったりして腕
Oh,
を
really? It's like old-timey Reddit.
天体の記録と優れた知性がないと解けない。手分けしてめぼしい掲示板に貼って回ろう。
This society sort of seems like it's going in two directions. They like want knowledge and also don't want knowledge.
そんな人現れますかね。
そこは運だ。
Oh, oh, it's gonna be her. This is the intersection course.
論文が評価されたら天文台。論文が評価されたら
Oh
天
no.
文台。
おお、戻ってたかい。
コルベさん。
Don't follow him anywhere.
なんとピャスト博が褒めてくださったよ。
Doubt. Suspicious.
興味深いよ。
Suspicious. I'm scared. Just follow
こ
me.
れは快挙だよ。新たな才能の誕生だ。
Okay. Is it safe to believe it? Is it safe to believe in the world?
礼には及ばないよ。名義は私で出して
Oh, that's what it is. You stole it.
名義は私
I never trusted him for a minute. I knew he was
論文
suspicious.
なんだから誇りに思ったよ。
At least he didn't like kill us though. That's a win.
いや、それはだって
I'm
女性の論文なん
me
て誰が読むの？
and you're you. Yeah.
え？まさか自分の名前が通ると
Oh, this is just a miscommunication. That's all right. That happens. People miscommunicate all the time.
女性の名前で発表なんて危険。
Dangerous.
内容に不適切な箇所でもあったら一大事だ。
I mean,
魔女扱いされて
honestly, yeah.
最悪異端として殺されるよ。
This is like valid. That actually is plausible. Also, it's terrible, but plausible. Now you two have a fork in the road, Yolenta.
私の名前は。
ないよ。もう諦めて。この世はそういうもんだから。
This suddenly it's a different.
自分の書いたものを発表できるだけマシだろ？
You know, there's something to that idea if that's the point, if that's the goal, right? In the spirit of Rafal and other characters in the show so far, that would be enough. But I think the burning thing that is pushing her right now and gripping her, the less generous reading of it would be like for personal gratification and to get one's name out there, a desire for attention or acknowledgement. The more generous reading in the vein of seeking and fighting for what's right and what feels true, etc. This is maybe not even at all about the content of what she's publishing, but about the lie they're all protecting about who can and can't be intelligent or contribute, etc. And if that's what it is, then no, it's not okay.
今この前の論文を
Uh-oh.
君が書いたと言ったか。
それはですね。
How do you react?
自分で答えろ。どうなんだ。
Who gets their fingernails pulled in this situation? Who gets burned? She could get burned. He could get burned. Or he could just die right now.
いざって時引いたら。
何もするな、目立つな。
引いたら
This makes it feel a little bit more clear to me.
君の人生って軽く終わるよ。
This exact situation.
うわ
It was me.
私のものではないで
Oh,
す。
okay. Understandable. She's scared. It was God through me. Okay, never mind. There. That's a good girl. So annoying.
これまでの言葉は全部嘘だったんだ。
Yeah,
コルベさんは
he's using you.
悪い人だったん
It
だ。
seems, at least in part.
もしそうであってくれたらどれだけ良かったか。
Very responsible
け
thinking.
ど違う。
It goes back to the thing earlier about how do you interpret this and how do you attribute the wrongdoing here? What's going wrong and who's responsible? In that assessment, I would still argue that he's responsible, but it's less conniving or malicious if it's just an unexamined thing that he has had no reason to question, really. And he may even think this is great for her and like the best opportunity that she can have. He should have at least told her he was going to put it in his name. This is admirable, right or wrong, however you feel about Kolbe. Just like the ability to have this pause in this deliberation
私をかばったんだ。
takes a lot of strength.
私が見られる最上の景色なんだ。
Well, maybe
これが私の
the person we're fighting or the thing we're fighting isn't Kolbe.
研究が安全に続けられるならこれでいい。
This is really difficult. This is
名前
really
なんて
difficult.
本質じゃない。
It depends what your goal is, I think.
世界がこうならうまい動き方が重要
The
だ。
same dilemma again and again. Pragmatism versus idealism.
なんでなくそんな必要ない。
It means a lot to her.
泣いたらまるで敗者じゃないか。泣いたらま
Not
るで
true.
問題があるみたいじゃないか。
Well, cry or not, I think you already have decided how you feel about that.
とにかく次だ。今
If you can.
私にできることはそれしかない。何か新しい題材を探さないと。
And again, I wouldn't really hate it. I wouldn't falter for it. I mean, I really think the honesty is the thing. I don't think the message behind all of this stuff is that you have to die for everything or anything that you feel is right. I mean, your life is valuable. I think you want to fight the battle that is the most meaningful and the most personally relevant to you on the intersection of like, you are also the most equipped to fight this battle, whatever that is for you at any given moment, without excuses or without writing narratives to like get you off the hook, avoiding responsibility. It's like I said in another episode, for other people who are given the choice to repent or not, I struggle with this because in some way I can't fully justify yet. I think lying is always wrong. I think that's the highest ideal, but another part of me thinks if your heart and soul and your everything is about your family and your kids, well, then maybe you should like put down this sword and go home to your family and take care of your kids. I actually think this is very astute because she's kind of hitting on one of the issues with this of like, what actually is the thing that's upsetting her and what actually is the goal? Because if it actually is just my purpose in life is to release knowledge into the world, that is my service, that is what my spirit is telling me to do, then it might not be so much of a blow that her name isn't on it. But there's something else that's bothering her. Maybe it's the injustice of this situation and the untruthfulness of the fact that she can't contribute because of some of her descriptors. That might be the thing. And so maybe just figuring out what the battleground is a lot of it, because then you can decide if that thing, now that you know clearly what it is worth the sacrifices you want to make for it. A lot of times these things get muddled together. And here it is.
回答者へ宇宙論について要件あり連絡されたし
Oh, my name is going on this one, unfortunately.
記録を漁れる。お、これか。
Can't tell Kolbe, he'll just steal the idea.
こっちは木星。
That would be some poetic irony though if he like died from stealing this idea.
あんま良くないことしてない。いや、してるから。
Do you think it's bad or are you worried about getting caught? Because those are not the same thing.
でもこれで新しい論文書けるかもで、それがコルベさんの評価につながるかもだし。
Yeah, that's why you're doing it. For Kolbe's praise. Information wants to be free.
悪いとかどうでもいいから。答えが気にな
If
る。
this is wrong, I don't want to be right.
いいや、解いてから考えよう。
Yeah, we're like playing a lot of games to pretend we have control over our actions. We're just following impulse right now.
今朝貼ったばかりだぞ。
Well, I mean, clearly it's not her because she's a 14-year-old girl.
大丈夫だよね、さすがに。男性
Please
に
introduce us to your master,
いや、でもここで誰かに見られ
the
た
one
ら
who solved the problem.
こんな不安になるくらいなら、なんでもっと考えて行動しなかったんだろう。
I love how she's having these deliberations after she solved it and nailed it to the public bulletin board.
あの、
You there who just nailed the answer to the bulletin board. Who is your master? I feel like that's the way it's going to go, right? She has plausible deniability still. She can say she's the messenger for Kolbe. This does have the potential to be a really interesting alliance, though. What's kind of cool about this scenario is that they're not perfect like Hubert and Rafal. Each of them have their own individual predispositions and flaws. They all have this taste for something beautiful and they're approaching it from that calling they feel. But that's not exactly how it started. It's kind of like how a rocket needs boosters to get into space. Then once it has a high enough altitude, it just like ejects them. Higher pursuits probably start with a more accessible, down-to-earth fuel, like his ambition, fear for your life, material necessity and survival, wanting to be praised and recognized in your group. They're getting closer and closer to escaping orbit, but all three of them have remnants of these things, which I expect will be interesting in combination with each other.